Hey, it's Claire, your favorite chart wrangler and accidental emotional support podcast host from Pitt News Magazine. Welcome back to Pitt News On Air, where the markets move and sometimes so do our feelings. So, picture this. I'm listening to Mr. Turner the other night, one of his classic YouTube classes, you know the vibe. Suddenly, he's off once again on one of his rants. This time it's about his motorcycle. Maybe you remember? He's not just talking about any old bike either. Apparently it's the kind he raced back in his wild youth, the kind that probably still smells like gasoline and freedom. He goes, "You could offer me $1 million. I'd never sell that thing. It's not just transportation, it's a part of me. It's my youth, my memories." He used a few more colorful descriptors I won't repeat here, but suffice it to say, he made it crystal clear just how much that motorbike means to him. Which, honestly, made me laugh at first, because what kind of person risks their life zooming around dirty back roads with several gallons of gasoline tucked between their legs? Answer: Mr. Turner, apparently. But then it hit me. He's right. We all have something like that. Not just a thing, but a talisman. That one thing so soaked in memories it becomes our identity, our character, our essence, maybe even our weirdest quirks, all wrapped up in one. So much so, we can't imagine letting it go. So today I'm asking you, what's your talisman? And what does it say about who you are? Okay, I'll start. If you came over right now, and please don't, my place is total chaos, you'd find 3 things I could never part with. First, there's my old pair of boots from the ranch, still caked with dust from 100 sunsets. They've seen more rodeos and heartbreaks than most TV reality shows. Then, my very first trading journal. It's not fancy, just a cheap spiral, pages stuffed with trade ideas, coffee stains, and more crossed-out mistakes than I care to count. I can't throw it out because every page is a receipt for how far I've come and, well, how much caffeine I've downed. But the big one? That would be my guitar. It's not pretty. The finish is dull from sitting in the sun, and the scratches are like scars from being lugged around rodeo circuits, each one telling its own story. I played it for years, but my uncle finally gave it to me as a gift the year I was rodeo queen. Back then, I still believed anything was possible, and that maybe, if I just played the right song, I'd figure out who I was supposed to be. Sometimes I still pick up that old guitar, pick at it, strum a few chords, and wonder if maybe one day I'll figure that out. Here's the thing. Nowadays, that old guitar mostly just sits in the corner, collecting dust, until I need to remember who I was or who I'm trying to become. If I ever let it go, it'd be like giving up a piece of my soul. That guitar isn't just an old, worn-out instrument. It's a map of everywhere I've been and every song I still want to play. Music was my first escape. Before trading, before Vegas, before any of this, I'd play for hours, chasing melodies when the world felt too loud or too lonely. Now, even though my fingers are more used to typing in tickers than picking strings, that guitar is still my reminder. I'm more than my trades, my mistakes, or my wins. Some things you keep, not because you use them every day, but because they're proof of where you've been, and if you're lucky, where you're going. There's this old saying in the market: most people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. And it's so true. You can put a price on a motorcycle or a pair of boots or a spiral notebook, but you can't price the memories, the scars, or the late-night hope you've poured into them. It's the same with trading. My charts, my setups, my battered journal, they're not just tools. They're part of my story. I'm Claire, the trader, but I'm also Claire, the ranch kid, the music lover, the girl who can't let go of her past because honestly, it's what makes me believe I can survive whatever comes next. Value isn't always what you can cash out. Sometimes it's what you carry, quiet, stubborn, and absolutely yours. So here's my question for you. What's your talisman? If the house was burning down, what would you reach for? Not because it's expensive or useful, but because losing it would feel like losing a piece of yourself. Maybe it's a photograph, a locket, a faded letter, or maybe an old, scratched-up guitar. Maybe it's something no one else would ever understand. Because in the end, it's not about what you own. It's about what you carry with you in your heart. It's your story. And in the end, isn't our story the most valuable thing we have? And if your talisman happens to be a cat who thinks he owns the place, Believe me, I get it. If you want more of these existential trading spirals, and honestly, who doesn't, you know where to find me. New episodes of Pit News on Air drop every week wherever you get your podcasts, and now on YouTube. Hit that Pit News on Air logo on this page to subscribe and join the chaos. And don't forget, for even more stories, lessons, and market magic, subscribe to Pit News Magazine at pitnews.com. Oh, and if you missed last week's episode, go give it a listen. It'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about news, markets, and maybe even the junk drawer in your own kitchen. I'm Claire Christensen, and this has been Pit News on Air. And remember, price is just a number, but value, that's what you carry with you.